Vic, good to see you here, man. Okay, on an injury front, Gardeck had a knee and Sean had a neck. Both guys couldn't return. I thought big-time physical game. Knew that's what kind of game it was going to be. Man, this is loud. Knew what kind of game it was going to be. Defense held them out of the end zone, which was huge. Those stops there. I thought we did a good job controlling the line of scrimmage, stopping the run. I thought our offense made some timely plays, ran it extremely well. I thought James Conner was lights out, had 150-some yards of offense, I think. Run game looked good to start and made plays when we needed to. I thought Blake Gillikin was lights out, a couple punts, changed field position a couple times. Obviously, Chad to hit the walk-off. What will go unnoticed, so I'm going to point it out because it shouldn't go unnoticed, is we throw a pick, James Conner strips the guy, and we recover. Now, we punted, but it's different for the offense. Their offense starting on the 30, or whatever, their first possession, right? So that goes into our mode of play. And then I thought when James, he made a good play on the screen, and they stripped him, and we're chasing the ball and retained possession. And then I know Starr had the one at the down there inside the 5 on that long pass. I thought it was a great play by him. But those are huge plays that are going to get overlooked where those guys, man, they care, their effort's there, they want to win on the next week. Go ahead.
Does that play, the forced fumble, does that speak to kind of the ferociousness with which James plays?
Yeah, it does. It really does. I mean, we talk about that and we educate him, but it's another thing that in real time that he chases the ball and strips the guy. Huge play.
Is this the perfect game for him? You mentioned how physical this is. Is this James Conner's kind of game?
Yeah, I thought he was lights out. I mean, there was a lot of times, he's getting 4 yards and it should be probably 1 or 2. Obviously, some explosives he had. He forced the way he was running the football, forced them out of shell, which no one's really been able to do that, truthfully, on tape at least. So I thought that was good. That opened up some things in the pass game, I thought. He put the team on his back today and carried us home.
You feel like James's effort is contagious?
Yeah, his energy is. His energy, his attention to detail. He talked to the team last night. It was, he's lights out, man.
We're 3 for 349, but did it through a touchdown, like you said. What did this defense do to be able to keep him?
Yeah, I thought we pressured him okay. A couple of times, I got to look at the tape, but our coverage structures, we got to do a better job winning leverage. That stood out to me as the game was going on, and that's on coaching. We got to get that's me. Like, come on, man, win your leverage. Like, that's 101 a DB play. So we got to do a better job there. I got to do a better job there. But I thought we did a really good job in the run game. And then we had some timely pressures. We sacked them a couple times, you know what I mean? That third down stop in the red zone, I thought we played the coverages good down there. I like the calls by Nick. Held them to a field goal. Those were some big-time plays. Keep points off the board. We knew it was going to be kind of a game like that. They don't give up a lot of points. That's kind of where it was today.
What were the details that made the run defense so effective today?
Our guys are getting aligned right. They're looking at the right people. They're playing with good technique, and they're playing with motor and violence. You know what I mean? So it's the consistency of doing that. I know we did it we talked about it at halftime. Like, you got to keep doing it. You know what I mean? And then I think they kind of made an effort to try to throw it a little bit more. And that's what I mean. We got to win our leverages and do a better job in pass downs, second and pass, third and pass, or we're getting off and not giving up field goals. Because drives are extending. So we got to do a better job there.
Were there any specific plays where they were out of shell where you guys were able to take advantage of the ones you were talking about that come to mind right now?
Off the top of my head, I know he killed a couple run-kill runs and got us in. Kyler, it's hard to see because they do a good job disguising, especially with Derwin being the big nickel. When is he covered down? When is he coming? When are they run pressure? And I thought Kyler did a really good job of operating today and got us into some ideal looks because you just call the normal run there. It gets, as I would say, killed at the line of scrimmage. But
Tyler got the long touchdown run. He holds the ball just with one hand as he often does. Do you ever talk to him about maybe securing the ball a little bit better?
Yeah, until he fumbles, I'll let him ride. We do, but yeah, that was a pretty spectacular play.
You mentioned James talked to the team last night. Can you tell us just what his general message was?
Ask him.
Go back to the Connor 4.
It was really good. It was maximize your opportunity. You're 2 and 4. That's a moment in time that passes. His story. you know. It hits home with me. And, you know, maximize your opportunity. Once all our effort and energy into 60 minutes of this game, no external factors. Let's, you know, together, all three phases, and that's what happened, man.
When you go back to the Connor forced fumble, just for Michael Wilson to stay involved in the play.
Unreal. Mike plays with extreme effort all the time. I mean, love the guy. You know, makes plays when the ball comes to him. He blocks, you know, his ass off. That play was, I mean, that was awesome to see.
You said when you control the controllables.
Sorry, Vic.
Come on, Gamble.
Go ahead, Gamble.
You're next. You're next, Vic. You're next.
The same for McBride on the fumble by James. The ability for him
Absolutely.
to recover that.
You know what I mean? We always talk about, you know, the 10 guys got to get them on the ground and give the defense a chance to play defense. But what goes into that is when, you know, we're on offense. Talk about if we turn it over and tackle it, right? But on offense, you know, I put a lot on those guys because not everybody plays that way. That's why our mode of play is good. Those guys care. That goes into ball security because that was a good play by that guy coming from behind, you know, and Mike's chasing the ball. You know what I mean? So, and there's more guys chasing the ball. And I always say we got to have one more hat than they have. That if the ball is on the ground, we got to recover it. And that was unbelievable by Mike. Go ahead, Vic.
You said when you control your controllables, you think this is a pretty good football team. Did tonight affirm that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I thought we had a good week of practice. It was highly competitive. I don't know. I didn't tell you guys. Thursday reminded me of like I know OTA is not in pads, but an OTA training camp practice going against each other. You know, got chippy, honestly. You know, guys are a touch frustrated, you know, but trying to sharpen their sword, you know, and you got to practice the right way. And it was violent and physical, you know. And so when I'm seeing that, then Friday was kind of the same, and our focus was there. On Saturday, the mock game was really good. We had a walkthrough this morning because it was a night game. You know, I was in with the offense. They were on point. You know, there was no blunders. You know, those guys are locked in. I knew we were going to play well. We knew it was going to be a good game versus a good team, right? But I think that's the main thing is you just got to control your day, you know, and just keep stacking good days. And our behavior is right, but now we gotta keep it going. It's got to translate. You know what I mean? Because we're good enough where it can translate. I know that.
You didn't have big numbers.
Rob, we'll make this the last one.
You didn't have big numbers from your receivers for the second straight week, but you found lots of different ways to get this thing done today. Are you confident the receivers are going to start riding?
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. I mean, I mean, it's attention to detail, playmaking, all that. I thought Dortch, you know, I think he had the one drop on third down, comes back, excuse me, catches a touchdown pass. You know what I mean? That'll come. I'm not worried about that. We did enough today. That's how the game had to be played, and that's how, you know, you score one more point than them, you feel good. Okay, thanks, guys.